Hello, everyone. Welcome to the road trip. I am your trusty conductor, DWTT, or my friends call me Gary. And the crew's back. Now we're all separated again by mounds of water or land or both. So, Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
Hello, everyone out there.
Cool.
How you doing?
All right. And Sam, what's up?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Tom. Hello, Gary. Great to see you guys. We're back for another road trip. Unfortunately,
The trio.
Tom, the trio, the three musketeers back. And unfortunately, Tom is behind the wheel, so it's going to go terribly bad. We're all going to die. But apart from that,
get your insurance and policies up, man. Double up.
Let's have some
Double up
fun.
on the premium. All right. So, for those who don't know, oh look, what is this?
Where's my invite? You are so anti-Welsh. I mean, that's kind of true.
Who is this brownie fella?
We don't know who he is. Who is he? I've heard he's a bit of a hooligan.
I've met him a few times, only a few times. I managed to guess all the unique characters of his StreamYard, so I managed to end up on his shows. But I just got really fortunate with the right amount of 8xg 3n2, and I'm not going to say the rest because blocked the channel, but shouldn't do that. The joke got across. But still, how are you, fine gentlemen, and Gary?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Why and Gary? What is up with that? I mean, don't I get like a personalized like hello?
Disgusting insult there from.
Some would argue that because Gary got singled out, he was the real winner in that exchange.
I don't. No. Nobody would say that.
Okay.
Right. Nobody would say that. Nobody would say that. And retro rewind TV, which is a damn tongue twister. I don't like to say that so early in the morning. Joins us. Can we go back to what is it?
Hello, Colonel.
Colonel Ward.
Turkmenistan.
Yeah.
Turkmenistan. Yeah.
Imagine the leaders of the Turkmenistan.
No, that's just a lot of information that we don't really. That's not going to help you through life. Let's just say that.
One of the more corrupt countries on planet Earth. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I do believe there's a fourth gentleman waiting.
Oh, look at that! So we're gonna bump this thing up a little bit more. Bring in, for those who don't know and need to know about Broncos football and Clemson football and useless facts from the floor.
And
he's
the
not allowed on the couch.
Oreos.
And what?
The Baltimore Oreos.
Oh, the Baltimore Oreos. He likes them too. What the? This guy's got that.
So I discovered this week.
Welcome to the show, this Spencer. Is your couch always been green or that color?
No, it's changing seasons, different. It's women thing.
You change your couch every season.
If she does that, I'm kind of here along for the ride.
They're going, do I have to lift a finger as part of this situation? Holly's like, no. And he's like, whatever.
It's more like, you still want to be roommates this week? Okay, cool.
Just keep you said moving. That out loud. You said it, you thought that, and then you said it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we say.
Is she next to you or is she upstairs?
No, she's upstairs. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
So happy Saturday, everybody.
Good.
Happy Saturday, Spence. Welcome to the road trip.
Hello, Spencer. Hello.
And Gary.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, you too? Everybody's giving me and Gary.
And Gary, yeah. And Gary.
Yeah. And Gary.
I guess I decided to go backwards around the clock. So
is that how it is? Oh, yeah. No, I thought you listened to Mr. Tom earlier because he went and Gary too, but it wasn't as nice.
Tom was a bit of a reprehensible slag.
True. Yeah. You know what? I don't know what you guys did. Any of you guys get to see the Northern Lights?
We were too cloudy here. Didn't really get to see it. But yeah, a bit of a phenomenon going on there, wasn't it? It was all over pretty much most of Europe, I think, got to see it, didn't they?
I'm going to show you the Northern Lights from where I live.
You know what? I don't know if we want to see the Northern Lights from where you live.
Was that the local crack house?
Give me 2 minutes to upload.
Why does it? to upload it. We don't have to put it on here,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Feeling I don't want to see this picture, Sam.
The Northern Lights is going to be. It's going to be like a smackhead in the back alley with his iPhone light on.
I don't.
No, I promise it's not going to get anyone banned or kicked off of YouTube or StreamYard.
You keep saying that, and then you keep upping your game and trying really hard.
Up in my game. Oh, Gary. Gary, you are a card, aren't you?
Yeah, I saw a lot of people posting about the Northern Lights. I couldn't be bothered, so I didn't go outside or anything. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
This is a perfect time for my phone to do the we're basically just going to send it through carrier pigeon.
We're still waiting for this Northern Light for Mr. Tom.
It's 100% not worth it, but I just thought I'd put it on there.
You know what? When is anything worth it when it comes from you, Mr. Tom?
Good question, Gary. Very, very good question.
That's an absolutely fair point.
Especially for someone that wants their steak done by a flamethrower.
True. Yes, if you like your steak like you like your hockey pucks, frozen all the way through.
A hockey puck or a steak?
Charcoal. He just likes to eat charcoal, basically.
He says it's good for it's like a natural fiber, right, Mr. Tom?
It is. It's good for the soul.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, it's kind of what you said.
That's exactly not what I said. Not even close. No. I said you are not a regular person, so you need hockey puck steaks.
Should go back to Wednesday and see my face when Gary was describing Tom's tasted steaks. It was like,
yeah,
it's what's it burnt.
Yeah, he did. He said if it had blood in it, make sure it doesn't have any now, please.
See, the reality is you could get him some hamburger meat and just burn that up. He'll never know the difference.
I'll never do that.
He doesn't fry. He doesn't kill his burgers, but the steaks,
so
dead.
Did Tom have his own chair there, like with a plaque on it or something with his name on?
You know what? The lights actually, there was a spotlight on him at all times. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Like the where he stands in the community of Jimmy's Buffet and Grill or whatever they call it. But yeah, Mr. Tom, he's got a locker there. Everybody has like a locker at the golf club. He's got a locker there with his knife and fork.
Was it like VIP where he came in? Oh, Mr. Tom, he has come over here with a table in the corner.
We couldn't even walk in with him. He had to go through the side door where the celebrities go in. That's how big time he is.
Away from the paparazzi.
Part of this story that is actually true, and I don't even know if Gary noticed it, but when I did walk in, within about 6 seconds of being on the premises, someone who I've never met in my entire life turned around and went, "I like your t-shirt." Because I was wearing a CM Punk t-shirt. And he was like, "I think your t-shirt is really cool." And then he was the guy that came over. I think it was with his girlfriend. They came over as if I was the Godfather.
Yeah, that is true. He didn't kiss the ring though, which I thought was a little bit disrespectful. But
which ring would they kiss?
Well, I have two of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Hang on. Too much information, Mr. Tom. Too much information.
I don't think
in
that's
hindsight,
the one
it's 100% not worth it. But I didn't actually see the Northern Lights, but I'd just like to be included.
There we go.
I was sitting there thinking the amount of time this is taking is 100% not worth the payoff. But thank you, gentlemen, for at least going along with it out of politeness. Thank you.
Yeah, that took a long time to get there.
It really did.
Yeah.
It's the Timu Northern Lights.
All right, so here we go. I'm that special guest that comes on, then the host try to get rid of for foul behavior. Dude, I am the host. So what was he talking about?
Colonel Wardy loves to have a little go in the chat that he is. This is his Saturday entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah, true. It's true. That's true. For those who want to know, Arsenal is still down 2-1 to Chelsea. About 25 minutes left to go in this one.
Ladies.
Yes, the ladies.
There's not really much going on in terms of football, is there? There's not really much happening at all.
I'm waiting on Leeds to make a signing because you probably don't know, but we lost our central midfield in the space of like 3 days through injuries, like long-term injuries. So we've had to hit the free agency market. And
bloody hell, that's not going to help.
Checo Kyoto, or used to play for West Ham and Nottingham Forest. I was like, whatever. Just can he kick a ball? Or as the guy from Men in Black, I think he was Zed, when he was in dodgeball, when he was like, can he dodge a wrench?
Can he dodge a wrench? Yeah. It's like a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob. That's the best line from that film. Yeah. Good old Rip Torn.
Yeah, Brownie. A lot of people care about women's football. Just because you're a weirdo, doesn't mean that that's normal.
Rip Torn, my favourite Rip Torn is an alcoholic story. I mean, he's dead now, so you can tell it. Is he once got so drunk they actually broke into a next door neighbour's house, thinking it was his house.
Yep.
And got in bed with the wife.
That sounds like it could happen to Rip Torn. That does sound very plausible, to be honest.
The one that I don't know if it's true or not is Rip Torn got so drunk he broke into a bank thinking it was his house.
It sounds plausible because there's loads of stories about what Rip Torn was like behind the scenes. You know, not always the easiest guy to have on set, apparently. But there's not really much in terms of covering football today, apart from the Arsenal ladies game. What's that? Rip Torn.
He broke into a bank thinking it was his house.
Well, if it's the Guardian, they're pretty reputable, aren't they? So it's probably quite true.
The slag.
He's a slag.
Fat slag, Alonso. Anyway,
for those who wanted to know, Welling are 1-0 down.
That's really upsetting. Nothing's upset me more because Welling are my National League South team.
Welling.
We've all got one deep down. Welling United.
Right.
Playing up in Welling.
Oh, there's no Transmere today, is there?
No.
There is Transmere today.
Sam, you're the slag, according to Alonso.
Alonso, hello.
Would it surprise you all to discover that Transmere don't have anyone on international duty?
So they're playing. Where are they? League One.
They're in League Two.
League Two. So League Two. Yeah. So League Two are still playing then, I suppose, because
Yeah, there are a couple of League One games, but generally it's mainly League Two today. Transmere are currently goalless at home to Bradford City. Bradford,
bloody hell, they were in the Premier League for a minute as well, weren't they?
They were.
I remember I was at uni in London for a couple of years, 2000 to 2002. And that's what Bradford was. Bradford, when were they Premier League? 2001, 2002, about that time.
Bradford got promoted in 1999, and they spent 2 years in the Premier League.
Yeah, so it was 2000 to 2002, basically. Yeah, and I was at uni in London for a couple of years, and I was at student accommodation, and then the guy next door to me was a crazy Bradford fan. He was from Bradford, and I was like, I'd never met a Bradford fan before. He was nuts. He was crazy. He'd been to all the games and that, but he'd moved down to London to study. And he was basically he just talked about Bradford all the time.
I don't blame him. The greatest 2 years of their existence.
Still the only Bradford fan I've ever met. That was that one guy, and he was my neighbour.
Yeah.
Well, you find one on every corner, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about mentally ill. Sorry, what?
Well, Rosie, I got in because I wasn't Scottish. Let's put it that way.
Is Scottish like not Scottish? Is that like smart, or is it?
It's on the application form. Are you Scottish? Yes or no? And if it's yes, you automatically disqualify.
If you mark yes for are you Scottish, basically it's a bit like one of those Harry Potter type letters where basically it changes the letter based on what you answer. And basically, if you go yes, it basically like turns into a bomb and just explodes itself. I can't even bother to continue this interview via letter.
Oh man,
rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Oh, so Rosie, I guess not for you. College probably applied. What is this nonsense?
How did he get into university? He probably applied to go.
I know, Mr. Obvious.
That's the
why are you
joke, isn't
questioning
it?
the obvious question?
You ever see the commercials of
Gary? This is Gary.
Yeah.
No, I don't like his joke. Is what I'm trying to do, Sam.
Do you want?
Dry,
I know we're sort of bouncing around topics, but what I think we should actually do is we should rank Gary's family in order of who's my favourite.
Oh man!
Basically, Gary, gotta be honest. Let's be fair to you. You are ranked number 2 in this situation out of many of your family. You're ranked number 2, perfectly respectable. Spoiler: number 1 is basically everyone in a tie.
You didn't name the dog, so I think is the dog part of the family, or do I sit in front of the dog?
I'm sure the dog is fantastic. I'm sure.
Give us a quick review then of the Jimmy's buffet at the O2 Arena. Then you met Tom last Sunday, and how did that go?
So, you know, I walk into the. Here we go. Rosie has a little say. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. Mom and dad. Remember, this is a two-way street. You can't get there by yourself. You need a partner, right, Rosie? You need a partner.
Mom is for sitting, not for kissing.
Oh wow, you read that wrong. I guess. I think you read that wrong.
I read a lot of things a lot of ways.
I think you read that wrong. No. You know, going to O2 Arena, I'm like, this is too classy of an area for Mr. Tom. I'm surprised they let him in. You know,
true. Yeah,
it's probably, you know, it's you know, if those who know Mr. Tom probably go, wow, you're up, you know, this is upscaling for him. It's like clean area, no leaves on the ground or anything, and it's like, you know, starting to get chilly over there. But no, it was really nice, big mall setting and all that kind of stuff. But then we went you can go for a little walk there before you go in. But no, it's a nice place for a buffet. And I will say this, just starting with, the price is not bad either. So for the price, you go, all right, you know, what are we going to get for that? But for the price, it's really good. I like
was the food good? Did you enjoy the food?
So let's start. Yeah, so start with the food. And this is when you go on the tour guide. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Like the tour guide, you go with the tour guide, like Mr. Tom. There's certain ways you have to start your visit, right? So you know, make sure you get your drinks and your table set, so you know where you have a roadmap set up. But basically, the first place you go to is the stir fry. I think it's called the stir fry station. You pick your vegetables, and all of that kind of stuff, and then pick your protein, be it chicken, shrimp, or steak. Let the guys.
No, it's chicken, beef, or prawn.
Oh, prawns. Sorry, not fish.
Or as you call it, shrimp.
Prawns. We're in England now. We're in Mr. Tom's world. It's all prawns, and you tell them that you want hot sauce on it.
Yeah, you can't have it without hot sauce. I mean, you literally can, but do you want flavor on your food? Then you pick the hot sauce, baby.
Yes. And then while that's happening, you have to go get an extra plate. And then if Mr. Tom said this is what he typically does, he goes out and gets some other foods while he's waiting for his stir fry. But as I found out, and I did it wrong somehow, when I came back to get my food after getting my plate, Mr. Tom's food is sitting there, and I know it's going to take a little bit longer because he's got a lot more noodles on his setting. Mine is sitting there cooking, and I'm waiting for it. And there's another gentleman standing there. I'm like, that's interesting. He doesn't have any food on this thing. What's happening here? Well, needless to say, the food is ready. The cook is like, here's your food, and hands it to the other guy.
Gary got mugged at the first station.
So whatever I did,
at the first station.
I thought I'm there with the tour guide. I thought I was there with Mr. Tom.
You thought he's been taken care of, but you basically
he just left me alone, and then I got basically taken for at the first station I went to.
The actual Yelp review, I have it right here. Mr. Tom, tour guide. Well, not only did he not shield my food from being stolen, he actively laughed while it was happening.
Yeah. He just looked at look at the situation and giggled. I was like, wow.
The headline should say "Fun time, but you might get mugged, not of your belongings, but of your food."
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
In my defense, right, it's not like he couldn't just simply put more fucking noodles on his plate and do it again. It only takes about 2 minutes. Right. It's not like he stole his steak.
He stole my first plate of food. What are you talking about? I haven't even got to the second plate, and I'm already down a plate.
It's not a good start, is it? It's not a good start.
Yeah, but you should have seen Gary when it came to the steak station. Because he had been burned the first time, he was. Gary, is it unfair to say you were tethered to that steak station?
I wasn't moving. Like people were trying to get in front of me, behind me, wasn't budging. Mr. Tom's like, you can go get your plate. I'm like, nah. I've already played this game and I lost. Not doing it this time. He's like, all right, I'll go get you a plate.
Gary just made that station his own, basically.
Mr. Tom went and got me a plate, brought it over, and then I got my steak because of course my steak was done before it was dry. All right, so it's gonna be done sooner. Whereas his was like the last one off the plate. Like there were like 10 people in line. His steak went on first, and it was still not ready after 9 steaks. So
9 steaks.
I might be embellishing a little bit with the numbers, but you know what I mean.
No, that is pretty much it. I remember at one point people were just walking up, can I have a steak? Blah blah blah, like how they want done, and it was just going plop, plop, plop. There's 2 rows of like 5.
And then there's Mr. Tom's in the front line, basically just going
front dying like it's being choked to death. I'm like, perfect, keep it going.
No. So like I said, stir fry really good when I finally got it the second time. Then they had this roasted duck with you put in like the little like wraps or whatever pancakes with like
they're not pancakes, but
with like the sauce, the plum sauce, as Mr. Tom said. Yep. I remember that with the cucumber and the greens, and you put those in like a little wrap. Those are really good. Like I said, steak.
You enjoyed the food. It was good.
Yes, no. It was good.
They're my favorite thing to eat while waiting for the steak.
Yeah.
I have enough time to have another meal while waiting for the steak to cook.
Yeah.
Tom, you're an expert, aren't you? I mean, you are a buffet expert.
Yes.
You know.
I'll do okay for myself.
But Gary, did you go with your daughter and your dad, or was it just yourself?
Yeah, my daughter and my dad. Yeah, we had just come back from the women's match, Everton match.
All right, so you went from there to the.
Yeah, so it was actually a long day because we went into the city. Basically, we did a little bus tour, then we took the train all the way to Arsenal, watched the women play, and then we pretty much went back in a little bit further to get to the O2 Arena for the buffet. Yeah. So it was a long day. Yeah. So, and then, it was raining a little bit in between, not bad rain, just a little sprinkles or just a constant flow. Yeah. So you could get soaked if you stand around, but it wasn't soaking you initially. But yeah, it's typical, I guess, England day.
So successful then. Successful visit to Tom, and Tom was a gracious host, apart from letting you get mugged at the first food station. But
yeah,
apart from that, it went pretty well.
But did you die?
Did not die.
Then you're good to go.
Yeah.
I'll be right back to my dog.
That's the ultimate sort of test. Did you live?
Gary's gone, okay. I can actually talk about the real spice of the day, where Gary's dad was grilling me on Gary, and basically I was just roasting Gary like he was a duck, and Gary's dad was sitting there going, I can imagine this is all accurate. And I'm like, hang on a minute. Gary's dad thinks I'm a reliable narrator, which is rare for me personally. I was just
yeah.
And you could see Gary getting gradually more demoralized as he's sitting there, like as I'm like revealing the truth. He's like, I can't believe my son would be like this. I'm like, Gary's bullying me. Whenever you're not around, sir, Gary's like, he's putting his hand on my head. He's bouncing me like a basketball. Like, just.
Well, Well, that's great. I mean, you guys met up and had a buffet and everything. And yeah, sounds good. Good. Gary, you had like you say, you had a real big day out of it. You had the football and everything. And yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Good.
Yeah.
When are you planning on going back to the UK, Gary? You got any like initial thoughts?
I did this trip with one daughter, and I've got 4. So potentially I could go back 3 times if I want to keep it equal and be the right, the good dad kind of thing. So I can see myself going back at least 3 times, but it depends on who goes. But yeah, as Ryan was saying, he's like, maybe come back in May.
Yeah, when it gets a little bit warmer again, and a bit
warmer, and for other reasons maybe as well.
Yeah, well, maybe if you get towards the end of the season, one of the last games of the season, it'd be cool, I suppose.
Yeah. No, the buffet was good. It was set up perfectly. I don't know. I know people can't do buffets, but I'm good with buffets.
So what else was on this buffet? Was this a
so we had you had the stir fry, you had the steaks, then you had Chinese, you had Indian. So basically Indian. Then they had, I think they called it maybe American fare. So you had like onion rings and chicken nuggets and stuff like that.
Nice.
I think that's 4. And there were 2 other.
There's a pizza station.
Yes.
They do Sri Lankan food, which obviously I've never touched, but it's fairly popular there. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's still served in little pots, which I then use to actually get the ice cream.
Tom knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, so the dessert was good, but we'll say hi to Stefan before we continue on. Stefan joins us. Welcome to the show. Yeah, no, the desserts were good. They had like probably 10 different cakes you can choose from, and then like an ice cream dispenser.
Is this the ice cream dispenser where it pulls down and it just that's the one. You go to the buffets that have the crappy little like
no.
And you sit there and you have to like get a flame torch just to get it back to frozen.
Yes. No, it was good.
No. It's a proper ice cream machine. Most people, 99%, will try to put it on a plate, or they will try to put it on a cone, which is fine, putting it on a cone. But I don't agree with putting it on a plate. It should be in a bowl.
Put it in a cup.
Not going to go. Sorry.
Put it in a cup.
Well, yeah, that's actually.
I actually might try that.
Yeah, like one of the big cups. Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Yeah, but ask it like for a pint glass, and then just put your ice cream in that.
There you go.
Pint of ice cream.
Definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Colonel Ward, I don't think. I mean, my dad lives in Acton. I don't think that's urban London, is it?
Very much not.
Yeah, this should be a goal. Hits the post. Oh my gosh!
Hit the crossbar for Arsenal. 5 minutes to go, isn't there? Basically, normal time.
Man. All right. Yeah. No. I probably have been when I was little. When I was little.
I mean, Acton's pretty urban. I mean, Acton's not really where tourists go. So yeah, you've seen a little bit of urban London. Yeah.
Oh, I did have a policy. This is genuinely true. Where obviously, when they reopened after COVID, they would want people to wear the mask while they're around the food. And I was like, why can't that always be your policy, you dirty fuckers?
Dude, our gym used to be because it was open during COVID, but it was closed for 2 weeks. The requirements were you had to get your temperature taken when you came in. And I told she doesn't work there anymore. She moved on. But I was like, man, you can keep this regular policy. People come in here and they're just nasty. You have to wipe the machines down before you use it and after. People don't do that now. It's like I wipe it before I use it and after. But
I could have been a handball. That could have been a handball.
Doesn't look like they're doing anything about it.
No, I mean, it's kind of harsh if it is a handball, but it could have been a handball.
All I will say is, in all fairness, I didn't claim it would be like eating at the Ritz. I just said there's quite a lot of food available. If you manage to go in there and not find something that you do eat, how are you currently alive? There's literally everything there.
It sounds good. It sounds good. I mean, it sounds good. That buffet. I'll have to try and get there someday.
Literally opposite it is like a Brazilian meat place, and it's fine. Like you can have like meat on tap. Basically, they'll bring, you know what I mean, like red is stop, green is go, and they'll bring around different meat stuff. Lovely, but it's still £40.
Yeah, which is
But
not
you
a
can
bad
get this
price
for
for that
20.
kind of So
No,
it's
you
good.
can
It's
eat
good
all
prices
you
for
need.
It's good prices. You go to Rodizio, it's going to be expensive. If you go to the O2 Arena, it's going to be expensive even on top of that. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. You go to a nice event, attraction like that, you're going to pay more than usual. The upsell, the prices go up.
There's
I'm a
literally
hip hop.
Five Guys next door.
Yeah, so it's got
And
everything
Five
in
Guys,
that
the
area.
burgers are great, but I've sat in there and I've ate a Five Guys burger, and I've literally sat there thinking I could have paid £7 or like burger and chips. I'm like, for an extra £7, I could have had fucking steak, noodles, whatever.
Or
And-
Five Guys is really good, but it's far too expensive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of a racket.
Way
On
overpriced.
You go from like, I'm gonna get $1 burger to like, all right, now I'm gonna get a $10 burger, and you're like,
You need
am
to
I really
last
gonna pay
time-
for a $10 burger?
To
And
be
eventually you
fair,
are paying for a
Stefan,
$10.
none of the
burger.
food is touched by hands because
Yeah.
they provide ladles and stuff,
Yeah.
which people do tend to use.
But this is like a caveman buffet. Everyone's just digging in with their hands.
They're pulling it right off of the
I don't know
cow.
what
They
Stefan
just like,
thinks goes on at
they
this
don't
place.
even they just
These are
slice
my
the meat
crab
off the cow and
legs.
say, can you cook this for me? Yeah.
The problem
know
is
what?
with Five Guys.
Like for me, I mean, I don't know what you guys feel like. COVID is just a contagious cold. So
yeah,
It's exactly like that place, Rosie.
so it's like, I don't
I've
know.
seen Bridesmaids. I know what she's
So I
talking
kind
about.
of feel like, you're dealing. You know what? If you really want to be safe, you shouldn't eat out because you never know. Like you go to a fine dining place, who knows what's going on behind the scenes? And
But
you know what? I don't want to know sometimes.
that's true. Sometimes you don't want to know how the sausage is made. But the reality with that comment is I'd rather have workers touch my food than us touching our food. Because they have certain things they're supposed to maintain. Now, whether they maintain them or not is a different discussion. But
it's easy to
you and
I
are not incumbent to wash our hands before touching ladles.
Yeah.
So that's the point of my comment there.
I get that.
Actually, you should have seen the light bulb in Gary's head go off when I went, Gary, why are you taking your plate from the top? I was like, you don't know how long that plate has sat there. Always take the third plate underneath the top plate. You go
That's another thing. That's another thing that you got from the tour guide. And retro rewind TV. I hate saying that word because, like I said, tongue twister. I never gave it 2 out. I gave it 2 out of 10 for maybe some of the. I think, how you say you get. I didn't get a family feeling from the tour guide because he basically turned my family against me. So that's the 2 out of 10 rating that he got.
The amount, I can't remember what I specifically said. I can't remember what I specifically said, but it was enough to have both Gary's dad and his daughter, multiple generations of his family, going, yeah, he does do that.
I'll tell you exactly where you failed on this one, Gary. In the fine print of the tour guide paperwork you signed, it said host will roast you for entertainment of others.
I did not see that.
So he was thinking of your father and your daughter while roasting
T's and
you.
C's, buddy. T's and C's.
You
got to read the T's and C's.
Yeah. No, Rosie, you're right about that.
Rosie's
People walking into the bathroom and walking out, and you're like, dude, what's going on here?
I'll give you the worst experience we had. It was pre-COVID. It was 2018. We were up there for Arsenal, Real Madrid, and DC, and we went to this, I would say, Chinese spot that had the buffet and everything. The bathroom, the AC wasn't working in the spot. I went in the bathroom, and it was disgusting. Toilets clogged up, and I was like, "We gotta go, man. We gotta go." Like the bathroom was a tall tale sign more than
yes. If the bathroom's rubbish, the kitchen's going to be rubbish.
Yeah.
Got a free kick coming for the women here with 5 minutes left in extra time.
I'm sure they do, and I'm sure there's some buffets that are excellent.
I know they do. It's good enough to eat your dinner off. I've tried multiple times. Sorry, what? That's not true.
Did you get arrested for doing it?
Yeah, you know what? We went to the O2. We survived it. I made it back here. Nothing. I'm all right. I'm going to take that as a plus. Mr. Tom is still standing, and he eats there at least. I'm going to go with maybe 5 to 10 times a year. I'm taking a low end. Don't even respond.
That's a very low end. You've seen how close it is.
I thought he was going to say 5 to 10. I thought he was going to say 5 to 10 times a week, because that probably be more accurate.
You've seen how close it is to Cineworld.
No, you're right. It is. he can crawl out of Cineworld and make it there in
Make it.
like 2 minutes. You know, like rolling. He can just roll and get there in like a minute. I mean, because that's you know.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cinema, buffet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you know what? Popcorn. You go to the movie theaters for popcorn. Yeah, I know it costs pennies to make at home, but it's called popcorn. It's called movie popcorn. It's not called home popcorn.
That's overpriced as well.
The only thing I would sneak into the movie theater is candy, but I'd buy the popcorn. I'll spend the money for the popcorn or the drink, but I'm sneaking candy in.
This is genuinely true. I once snuck into a movie theater a hamburger from Five Guys, and I hid it in my pocket, and that was automatically a mistake because Five Guys do not pack their foil as well as they think they do. And I found out that because I was still like 2 hours later going, yeah, probably regret. The burger was lovely, but
your pocket was nice. You put your hand in your pocket, it's lovely.
Well, my pocket smelled of my lunch, clearly, because...
Did you want to eat it? Your pocket?
I considered it.
You had more
dirty
food.
Fingernails are the worst, yeah.
You had more food for later, Tom, didn't you? You had, you just stick your hand down in your pocket and you just keep getting bits of food coming out. It's great.
There you go. I've seen this. Have you guys seen this where they you get the popcorn, you salt it, you butter it, and then you throw like M&Ms in there as well. So you get like the
I love doing that. My favourite part is when I hand over the deed to my property to pay for it.
It's true. It's so popcorn and popcorn at the cinema is so expensive. It's so.
I need the family size popcorn, so you get 4 of them or whatever, and I need some M&Ms, and I want obviously 2 buckets of Pepsi, and they're like, right, sir, that'd be £27,000, and I'm like, oh, here we go, okay. Do you deduct 20% off the back end or whatever? And you hand your deed over, you take your food, 20 minutes later, you're like, well, that's all gone. I've lost my house.
True that. Taib joins us. Welcome to the show, Taib.
Yeah, but no, I don't eat popcorn. What I will say, though, I don't mind. I don't eat popcorn or like it, but it's weird when other people are not eating it in the cinema. Because I'm used to that, like the traditional smell of.
Yeah, used to the smell. I know what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah. Workers should wear balaclavas.
Anyway, talking about buffets, over here in Norway, we don't do buffets. There's not a buffet culture at all. You might find an odd one maybe somewhere, but no, we don't do buffets over here. It's really strange.
It actually makes a lot of sense.
So is there there's no place you can go for like a big meal, like, or is it like you have 42 meals?
No, there's not an all-you-can-eat concept thing. Like, no, you have to pay for each meal. I mean, like, each, what do you want to call it? Each course or serving or whatever you're getting off the menu, basically. Yeah, there's not a buffet. I mean, the only thing close to a buffet is in a hotel. The breakfast is obviously like a buffet. You go and help yourself to all like the breakfast, but no, apart from that, there isn't. There's no buffets. It's really strange.
Sounds like an untapped market. You want to go open a buffet?
Well, the thing is, I thought about that, but it's the culture. People don't. There's not a buffet culture here. It was
people healthy there, Sam. Generally.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they are generally. There's people here who are very active. They like to go hiking and skiing and all of that. And yeah, generally. But what is? I mean, like a lunchtime. I remember when I was younger, I was thinking, why isn't there like a lunchtime buffet? Because in like the UK, US, basically everywhere, there's always some kind of lunchtime buffet. But over here, people don't eat lunch like that. It's really strange. People, like for work and that, people bring their own lunch. It's like they pack their own sandwiches, and it's just culturally, it's like that's the way it's always been. People don't go out. You normally get like a 45-minute break for lunch at work, right? That's all you get. So you're not going somewhere to eat, sit down, have a buffet. You don't have time for it. So there's no lunchtime buffet or anything like that. Yeah, it's very, very different over here when it comes to that. It's just not the culture for it.
So what you're telling me, Sam, is that while Norway is clearly a great and healthy country with habits that imply that they're not all fat, is basically it's a country that I would actually hate because they have great eating habits and they're not all fat.
So it's weird. We've got most of the fast food stuff, and of course there's loads of that and everything. But yeah, there's buffets. It just doesn't happen over here. It really doesn't.
That sounds like a terrible place.
My favourite memory, my earliest memory of buffet and the concept of a buffet is the time Homer Simpson tried suing Captain McAllister because he threw him out of the buffet, and Homer took all he can eat very seriously.
yeah. And the interesting thing is, sorry, Tom, go ahead, finish what you were saying.
I was going to say the lawyer made sure that all the jury were fat. And then he had Homer explain what happened, and then had Marge explain what happened, and then the lawyer simply turned around and go, "Does Homer Simpson look like a man that's had all he can eat?"
Oh, bloody hell!
I was just like, "What? There are places that do things like this." And then
what I was going to say was, interestingly, Sweden, our neighbouring country, they very much have a buffet culture. It's so strange. They're very different to Norway when it comes to that. It's you just drive over the border, and there's buffet everywhere, lunch buffet, and they love their lunch buffets.
How far are you from the Swedish border?
I'm about suppose close to a 2-hour drive. About just over a 2-hour drive from where I am. So yeah, not too far.
They can put as many buffets as they like on. I will never go to Sweden. I've watched the film Midsummer, and I will not put myself through that risk.
Sweden's great, I mean, it's so much cheaper than Norway. It's so much cheaper than Norway. So yeah, if you're close to the Swedish border, so many people, Norwegians, they pop over there to do their shopping, do a bit of eating. If you're close to the border, you just drive over there and get so much more for your money.
Cool. Well, Russ joins us. I think I said that.
Yeah. Hi, Russ.
Yeah.
I think I saw Rosie. She was asking. She keeps banging on about this uni thing. Yes, I did get into uni. I went to.
College educated.
I went to. Yeah. I mean, it's. I did 2 years of psychology. I hated it. Really didn't get on with it. So I switched to English. And Chelsea have Arsenal scored, haven't they?
No, this is just a replay of what's
going on. Oh, it's a replay. Sorry, I was just a replay. Yeah. The game's over then, I suppose.
Yep, the game's
Arsenal
over.
Lost. Arsenal lost.
Transmere. Bradford have scored at Transmere.
Yeah.
Ironically, considering we're talking about buffets, the goal scorer's name is Andy Cook.
There you go. Nick joins us. Nick, welcome to the show. Everybody says hello.
You don't know Anders? He's from Sweden.
You went to Poundland for snacks? Right, that's questionable, isn't it?
That does sound very.
Yeah, but now it's £2.50 land. What with inflation?
The price that doesn't make any sense. How can the price change? It just doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, I just want to finish off the university thing, but yeah, it was the I went to University College London for 2 years, psychology. Hated it. Really didn't get on well with it. It was extremely expensive. I struggled every month to make ends meet. It was really because as a student, you're not really making much money. The accommodation was very expensive. So I switched to English, and then I moved back to Norway. Finished. I did an English degree. Got a bachelor's degree in English here in Oslo instead. Yeah, but yeah, it was 2 years. I mean, I got 2 years, and I got some, points in that, and some subjects and everything under my belt. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. And that was my second. That was my second choice. My first choice, stupidly, I wasn't prepared enough for it at the time. I was far too interested in other things at the time. But interestingly, my first choice was law at Oxford, and I got into the interviews at Oxford. I was there for 3 days at Oriel College in Oxford. Went through 5 interviews with different professors and stuff, and I just wasn't prepared. So I didn't get into Oxford. But yeah, so my second choice was UCL. But yeah, not that anyone really cares, but Rosie asked, so yeah, I thought I'd answer her.
Rosie was also getting Brownie to bear his entire legal history.
Hey Sam, not to get too personal, but is your current position, does that have anything to do with like school or anything, or was it just kind of just, do you know what I mean? Like some people go to college and they never do what they went to their major with.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right there, Spence. So my degree is in English, and I've never worked with anything really that has anything to do with it. No, I was lucky enough to get into. I spent some years doing IT, like IT support and stuff, and then after that, I got into health and safety. So the last few years, I've been working mainly within health and safety and compliance. That field of work, basically. Yeah. So yeah, the degree just basically got me in the door, but yeah, I didn't do anything really related to my degree.
That's usually what the degrees do. They get you in there.
Yeah. So they get you in the door, and then you rarely do anything, based on your degree, unless you do something very specific, like law or medicine. Obviously, you're going to go into that path. But yeah, if you do something more general, like English, different things within the humanities area, you're mostly not gonna end up working with something that's related to it.
Yeah, I'm the world's worst human, because Brownie wrote, "I can be a lawyer without attending any courses," and my immediate thought was, "Well, yeah, because you've spent a lot of time with them."
That is true. That is true. They got him out of a lot of trouble.
Well, here's the deal with that comment. I can be a lawyer without attending any courses. Sure, you can, but can you be a good lawyer?
That's true. That's true. No one's going to hire you without any qualifications anyway.
Your qualifications can't be that I've gotten out of like 10 jams twice, multiple times because of my attorney, so I know how they do it. They kind of did.
Brownie's that guy who represents himself in a court case, and he stands there. I'll be my own lawyer, judge.
And then the judge is like,
he uses all the knowledge he gained from watching like Boston Legal and things like that.
What do you mean? He's sitting in the chair while his attorney's trying to save his life. I don't know about you guys, but Poundland. I think somebody said Poundland for sandwiches, and I'm like, if that's like the dollar store over here.
Yeah.
You need help, dude. Like it's like going to Five Guys. You need your blood pressure taken after eating there.
Well, no, you don't go to Five Guys for the veggie burger. It just like that makes no sense.
Though. I'll have a stroke if I go eat at Five Guys.
You can have a stroke eating anything, man.
It's true. It's just accumulation of everything, right? We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
There you go.
That's my theory.
Be on board.
I want you to put butter into my pasta bolognese.
There you go. Oh, yeah, Abba, that's right. All right.
I'm just gonna answer Rosie. No, I can't shut down buffets. I'm not in that field. I've done most of my work with the ground handling company at the airport. So I work with all the operational aspects, making sure the operation runs safely according to regulations and stuff. So I can shut down that operation at the airport if I want to, if the equipment's not good enough or there's unsafe behaviors and stuff like that. Basically working with all the operational aspects around the aircraft, the unloading, offloading, refueling, all of that. If any of that's unsafe, I can stop the operation. I have the authority to do that. But yeah, it doesn't happen. The guys are working well and the equipment's good and everything. So yeah, but that's basically what it is.
How many stories of Brownies have pissed?
Well, this is a great story because Brownie, when I was in the UK last time, when I first got there, I was at this apartment hotel for a little while before I moved to Clacton. So I was at this apartment hotel in London, not far from Heathrow. And Brownie came to visit me. He was on his way to Dubai. And he came to visit me. He was going to get the flight
I'm sorry. You said he came to visit you at the hotel, and my first thought was, did he have a package with him? And I'm sorry, Brownie, but I just figured like, this is not going to end well. He
came to visit me at the hotel. didn't really know what to expect, but no, Brownie's a great guy. He's really, really good guy. And he came to visit me at this apartment hotel. He was going the next morning, early morning, to Dubai from Heathrow. I wasn't far from Heathrow. And basically, Brownie being Brownie, we was having a decent time, enjoying ourselves, and he got drunk. He got, was it 2 bottles of wine, I think it was, and he got drunk and he missed the flight. He missed the flight, so he had to get on his laptop and book another flight for I think it was later in the day. I think it was later in the day. He had to get another flight, or later in the evening or something, and he had to pay, and I think it was like another £400 or £500 for that flight. So ended up being quite an expensive little trip to visit me.
Brownie. Yeah, it's when any of your stories start with pissed, it has pissed in it at some point. Something crazy is about to happen.
Yeah,
we had a good time. We enjoyed ourselves, and Brownie. He had 2 bottles of wine, and I just knew when he went to bed at like 2 a.m. and he was going to have to leave at like 5 a.m. or something. I was like, you're not getting that flight, Brownie.
Well, I'll never take a 5 a.m. flight if I don't have to, because you never know what the night before is going to be.
Basically ended up missing the flight, and he woke up. Because it was so funny, because he was adamant he was going to make the flight. I think he had to leave at like 5 a.m. He had to leave. That's not when his flight was. That was when he was going to leave. And I was thinking, there's no way you're making that flight. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. And then the next morning when I got up at like 9, I was up at like 8 or 9 a.m. As stuff. And I was trying to contact him, like, okay, you okay, everything, and he didn't answer because he like woke up at like 11 a.m. or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, I missed the flight. Guess what, Brownie? We even did a live stream that evening on his channel. We did a live stream from the hotel lobby. Oh god, there were the days. There were the days.
So Brownie's a real human.
He is.
I thought he was intelligence.
He's a good guy. He went. That was the trip he went to Dubai, and he never came back. Basically, well, he didn't come back until a year later.
Fucking hell.
You know what? That's one of those. Where were you? And you're like, dude, I saw him off. I didn't know it was going to be almost a one-way trip. Yeah. All right. So it looks like not only do you have friends, but it sounds like Mr. Tom has friends too. West Ham World YouTube channel.
Oh, welcome. We've got West Ham fans here as well.
Mr.
Bloody
Tom
hell.
used to eat at a Chinese buffet in Stratford weekly, and Tom's local Chinese had the best sweet and sour chicken. Plus, you used to get a free lottery ticket with every purchase. Damn.
That's true. That's all true. It's not a buffet anymore, which is partly why I stopped eating there, because it's no buffet. That's the one I was telling you all about. I don't know if you remember, where I was like, you sit nearest the duck, because it was the most premium item there. So they would try and sit you over here, and I'd be like, no, put me over there, because the duck is there. Get to it first. Because they would only make it available at like 12:20 lunchtime or whatever it is, and then you would basically, it'd be a mad dash, and everyone would go around the clockwise way or whatever. No, wait, anti-clockwise, and then. But I thought it would maybe make more sense to actually start at the duck, because then you literally get the duck first.
Duck is great. It is great.
Yeah. I like the duck with the skin on it and a little fatty layer there.
Yeah,
like
the burnt pieces.
Yeah, well, no. I don't call it. It's not burned. It's either
it
blackened or crisp. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
No, it's not burned. See,
but it's more burned than the other parts.
Your steaks are burned.
My steaks are awesome, and you know what the best part of the sauce?
There's absolutely. Sorry, Tom. You cannot. Can't do
wrong.
this.
You're wrong. They're awesome.
I'm gonna be honest with
juices.
you. If you came over to my house for the odd reason that you were in the United States for the odd reason, we ain't burning the steak. You're gonna burn it yourself. I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
You know what? You're not even. You know what? You can't touch a man's grill anyway. So you know what, Mr. Tom? You come to America, you touch a man's grill to kill a steak. You basically are fighting. Somebody's going to jail.
I mean, listen. You can burn your steak on our grill, but you can buy that piece of meat yourself.
Oh, okay. There you go. See, that's a problem. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring your own meat if you're gonna just kill it on the
Come
steak.
on,
the grill.
come off it. What
Tom,
is this
I gotta ask
hatred?
you. Tom, I got to ask you, when you have the steak really well done,
Yeah,
Then he has to drown it.
it's like there's no flavor in it.
He has to drown it.
He would
in
love my
sauce.
brother-in-law. He knew how to burn a steak. He
I
was
don't
great at
drown
that.
it. I ate all the steaks on.
But there's no flavor in it. When you
there is flavor.
really,
Meat is a flavor.
You might as well just eat
You just dried out all the flavor, though.
You do know, like,
anything.
the rarer you go, Tom, the more flavor you get. And you could still add that A1 sauce too and do whatever you want.
Tom, it'd be much cheaper if you just go to the local shop and just get some charcoal and just eat that.
You could do that too.
You not
put some A1 sauce on the charcoal.
Buffet shuts. You don't feel I've ever tried to eat charcoal.
Put some A1 sauce on the charcoal, Tom.
Style, but we just think you're missing
out.
That's
exactly what you're doing. You're trying to make me feel shame, but I don't feel shame because I was very pleased with the shoe leather they gave me.
This is like one of the finer things in life that you're just like, man, you're missing out on, man. It's okay. We still love you, but man, you're missing out.
Tom's a connoisseur of buffets, but with the steak thing, I think you've gone a bit wrong there, Tom. I think you've gone a bit wrong there, mate, with the steak. You know, when you're actually defeating the purpose of eating the steak because you're just basically, you know, cooking the flavor out of the meat.
You prefer your chicken boiled or grilled?
I prefer it dead.
The chicken should be dead first. That's true. It should be dead.
Ideally, it won't run around my plate.
Oh, Rosie, I didn't even get this.
Meat's still moving. That's not good.
All I will say is basically I killed the essence of food for Sam at least twice last Sunday, and it was great both times.
Lovely jubbly. So what's the worst food we've eaten then? So I've eaten some really weird stuff in Asia. I don't even think I know what it was, but it didn't taste very good.
You ever had those fermented eggs?
No, but actually one of the worst things
develop into a chicken.
Actually, one of the worst things I've tasted is a traditional food here in Norway at Christmas time. It's called lutefisk. It's basically fermented fish in a clear jelly that doesn't even have any taste. They just basically put this fermented fish. It's normally cod, and it's just been like, you know, it's basically been rotten for weeks, basically. And then they put it in this jelly that preserves it better. And then what they do is they put loads of butter on it, little bit of salt and pepper, and they eat it. It's just a tradition here at Christmas time from the old days. From, you know, it goes back to like the Viking times when obviously you couldn't really cook food. I mean, preserve food the same way we can today. So they would ferment it and put it in jelly and stuff. But yeah, it tastes absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's a very acquired taste. I hate it. A lot of people like it over here. A lot of people eat it just for the sake of tradition, you know, like a family tradition. Like, okay, we're going to have this lutefisk again. No one likes it, but we're having it. And yeah, but it's disgusting. It's horrible. It basically tastes like it sounds. Fermented fish. Imagine? Fermented fish does not taste good.
The 14th century Vikings were to come today, and they were like, "You guys are still eating this? You have a refrigerator? Why are you doing it this way?
What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
We didn't pillage all these people for you to do this."
Oh man, yeah. Wow. I've eaten some weird seafood in Asia. Like they've got loads of weird types of fish and shellfish over there, and they eat it all. You know, they eat it all, and I've tasted some weird stuff over there that doesn't taste good.
I'm going to get canceled for this one, but I found curry to not be good.
Curry?
Sorry, what?
Really? So, again, this was
sacrilege. That's sacrilege, that is.
Keeping it real. That's where I was at.
You know what? My finger's over the banned from studio button right now.
Keeping it real.
Well, your opinion's real fucking wrong.
That has got to be the worst thing you've ever said in your life. Not just on this show, but in your life.
Oh, there's probably worse, but I just didn't like it.
Spence, you've gone wrong, mate. You've gone wrong in life.
So,
You've gone down the wrong road.
What specific curry did you try that you didn't
All right,
like?
you know what? Here we go. Clemson fan. All right, I get it. Bronco fan. Orioles fan. Dry jokes. Doesn't like curry.
That's it. That's it. That's the straw. That's the straw right there.
Gary ate a curry at the. You did have curry from.
I really don't remember. I didn't like the texture of it. I didn't like how it was made, so I never had it again.
You probably went to a place in the middle of nowhere where they don't know how to make curry dishes at all. And,
I was in Asia.
Where were you?
I was in Bahrain.
Bahrain. Wow.
I don't know.
They should be able to make.
They should
be able to make Indian food there. They should be.
Did they like you there though? Did they like you there? Did you have on like
it was a high class restaurant that everybody recommended in the middle of Manama, and I was like, okay, I'll try it, and I just did not like it.
No, he's got problems. He's got problems.
I did like the sushi.
Yeah. 1 year ago, folks, Brownie got not guilty.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. Who would one go down that
curry dish? Yeah. All right, there's something wrong with you. You know, I don't. It's hard for me to pick a.
Beats on
we're
that.
talking about foods they didn't like.
Liver. I did not like liver.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I didn't like liver when I was little, but my mom's made the same dish now, and I'm like, I like it. So obviously, it was just because it was liver with onions. Oof, it's really good.
Of course it was.
Tasty.
Of course it was with onions.
You have to have it with onions. It was tasty.
You have to have it with onions.
It was tasty. I'm trying to think what food I've eaten that I've said is like I'll never eat it. Like I won't eat that type of food again.
Liver's nasty.
Liver's good.
My mother's chicken. Any chicken she cook, I'll never eat again.
Your mom's chicken?
Yeah, she knows how to fucking burn the hell out of the chicken, dry as could be.
Chicken.
You know what? Maybe Maybe frog's legs, because it's chicken that seems undercooked.
Frog's legs. Yeah.
You ever had frog leg? It tastes like chicken. Yeah. It tastes like chicken, but it's the way, because of whatever, the texture is like undercooked chicken, but it tastes like chicken, and it's it's not. I didn't like that.
It's okay. It wasn't something I'd like to have again.
Yeah, because I like escargot. I like broiled oysters.
Oysters are good.
I really can't have oysters, just off the shell. I don't know how to do that. For some reason, I can't do whatever that is. It takes to just take an oyster off the shell and just like somehow get it down. So yeah.
You should have called this show the Food Trip.
Yeah, we got it.
We've gone really down. Yeah. We started with you guys meeting last Sunday. We just stuck to the food topic.
Well, Nick Saban is holding a football for someone to kick a field goal.
Yeah, I'm watching that as well, and he's straight down the middle. Whoever that is.
And
is that Mariana? Is that Mariana?
That's a college kid that's trying to get.
Did he win some? Like he won like $100,000?
Yeah, scholarship money.
Oh, he did. He won $100,000 on the second kick. Wow, good for him.
You imagine Nick Saban, you're coaching Alabama,
and now you're holding
the football. Yeah,
for kids in Oregon.
Why can't McAfee do that dumb shit? Why has Saban got to do it? Saban's got a national championship. McAfee's just a dumb job.
Yeah. He doesn't write such smut. There you go. Stefan's got the quality.
He's writing all these housewife porn novels. He
said whatever pays the bills, right?
Yeah, I bet the housewives love him.
Yeah,
I do like my mum's chicken, Rosie. Yeah. It's got secret hobo spices.
Secret
she just knows how. So my mom is. She doesn't know how to put seasoning on stuff.
What did you say? Secret homo spices.
That's why I was wondering if he actually hobo. Did he say hobo?
No, he said homo spices.
He said M as in Michael.
It works either way, but I actually said hobo.
All right.
Hobo. Okay.
Ibiza, Clacton and Ibiza are on the same level. Is that what we're trying to say now?
Ibiza has gone downhill. I think he's talking about the island.
But earlier somebody said Clacton is the Ibiza, is the new Ibiza or something like that.
What? Someone was talking about Clacton earlier. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I put it up there, but I didn't know where to go with it.
Clacton is the opposite of Ibiza. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, there you go. Somebody was just playing jokes. And
Yeah.
I love a burnt. You know what?
Almost like
You know
this.
what? Sausages on the outside where it's like some. You don't want it too burnt that it's charcoal, but like it's black on the outside, and you like cut into it, and all the juices are
It's
there.
not too hasty, Gary.
Huh?
Let's not be too hasty. You said you didn't want it burnt.
I said steak. You understand the difference between a steak and a sausage?
See, we're talking. No, we're talking. Gary, I got this. We're talking char marks. We're not talking.
You don't want it. You don't want it burnt such that when you cut into it, there's a gap of air in there because you burnt all of the juices away from the inside of it. Yeah.
If you're burning all the juices off of food, then you're doing it wrong.
No, that's what you like though.
If you're gonna do
that's how you eat your steak.
Probably doing pancakes. You got maple syrup. You're mixing everything together.
The way your steak is cooked, you take all the flavor out of it.
That's never happened.
No, it always happens because every time that steak comes on the plate and you cut into it, and you know what? You know when you cut into steak, like, and you get a really if your knife isn't sharp enough, it starts to break up the steak.
Yep.
Right? That's Mr. Tom's steak.
He's doing it all wrong.
You should be able to take a fork, if you get it right, and just and use your fork to go into the steak.
What is the sorcery you're talking about?
You don't need a knife sometimes.
He doesn't need. You don't need a knife.
I would eat curry.
Yeah, he's got Mr. Tom pulls out the.
There you go. I got one for you. I would eat curry before I'd eat a burnt steak.
Oh, there you go. See, that's how bad it is, Mr. Tom.
You wouldn't eat either, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, didn't you go to a steak? Did you go to an Indian restaurant with
Yes, we did because there was an Indian restaurant actually inside the apartment hotel. On the second floor was a restaurant. First, like the ground floor was a lobby, and then the next floor up was a restaurant, which is an Indian restaurant, and like the area where you have the breakfast and that for the hotel bit of it. And then it was pretty good restaurant, to be honest. Yeah, we had a nice evening. We had a bit of food. He got drunk and he missed his flight.
There you go. Food should not be fermented. So there you go.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that.
So who's this friend of yours, Mr. Tom, who's talking about? Were you even born in '96?
I was born in '84. Come on now. Basically, what is being described here is what was known as the junior special at the local chicken shop outside the school. It was £1.50, and you'd get a piece of chicken, chips, or fries, as you call them, and a can of drink, like a proper can of like Coca-Cola, and you'll get Coca-Cola. You won't get off-brand Coca-Cola. You get proper can of Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever. Other brands are available, and it was fine. And yeah, that was basically 5 years of my diet.
Nice.
Yeah, because you're in whereabouts where you are, Tom. You're in the West Ham area of London, aren't you? Really? That's where all the West Ham fans are, isn't it?
Yep. Unfortunately, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So, what kind of curry do you remember? What it was, Spencer?
That's a key part of this, by the way.
I think it was Indian, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you went to the wrong place, I guess, because it doesn't sound right.
Distinctly different.
Yeah.
It sounds like I wasn't really paying attention to what they're doing
there. And Colonel Ward bringing I don't know.
A decent joke, decent.
I'll read it out for our blind viewers, if you don't mind. Aladdin has been disqualified from the carpet race for using performance-enhancing rugs.
Yeah.
I mean, Stefan liked it. Liver and onion. See, even Russ knows. Yeah.
Yeah, liver.
Liver cooked rice is nice. See, if you cook liver too much, then it gets dry like Mr. Tom likes, and that's probably why you don't like liver.
I'll
tell you that. You know what? Here we go. Brownie's going to bring up everything that's ever happened to him because anybody remember this?
Brownie started showing up a radio show, and it was never the same again.
Yeah, he's just they just can't get that stink. I mean, did I say that out loud? Sorry, did I say it out loud? I think I said it out loud. Just, when things come by and it smells, you like it, and it left, and it still smells the same way. You're like, damn it! No, just kidding, Brownie. It wasn't like that.
I don't like being horrible to Brantley because I'm quite fond of him. But when he came, do you remember when I turned up? It's like, no, I don't. No, because it didn't involve me, so why would I remember it? But he's a good lad, really. He's a good lad, really. And I'm glad he successfully defended himself to victory in court.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What's the best thing you've ever eaten?
We talked about that earlier. Oh no,
best thing.
Ooh.
You know what? Here's the thing. At Outback, they used to have this rack of lamb. That was really good. I loved it. Then they took it away at some point because it was expensive, I think. But rack of lamb at Outback was really, really good. I've had a steak at what's it called? Morton Steakhouse in Houston. In Houston, Texas. It was really good.
I went to Morton's in Chicago. That was really, really good. Really good.
Yeah. I've gone to Lowry's Steakhouse. That's another good one.
I also did that one in New York that they went to in The Sopranos. I can't remember what it's called now. But they went to that one in The Sopranos.
Is that the one with that? Is it Lex or Lux or Lux or I don't know.
Luger. I think it's Luger's.
Luger's. Yeah, that's right.
I think it's called Luger's. Yeah, in New York. That was really good as well. Really good.
Yeah. Also, I've gone to I don't remember the name, but it was they had the what is it called? Kobe steak.
Oh yeah,
Kobe steak is really good.
Kobe beef.
Now, you know what? Mr. Tom would hate Kobe steak because guess what? If you even get it close to brown, they probably will just kick you out the restaurant.
Yeah, you can't have it well done.
I did have a well done filet mignon once.
Yeah, see, that's terrible right there. That's you shouldn't even talk about food anymore. Your quality and your expertise and knowledge of food is terrible.
That's sacrilege, mate. It's like getting a 1998 Tara Patrick and you just basically put her in a fucking hijab or a burqa or something. It's just like you're just completely wrong, mate. You're just doing it all wrong.
Well, what should I put her in a cage instead?
No, you just basically stick a little bikini on her and grease her down in oil, and that's it. You're ready to go.
I don't even know where that was going.
I didn't know where that was going either. It's going the Greenwood way, clearly.
Spencer has no good foods he's ever eaten.
Well, no,
you would look giggling. I don't know if you were giggling at the TV because they were talking about Clemson or something.
No, I was texting Tom. But anyway, so I will not I will not bring that conversation up. But I'll say I feel like it's steak's probably on the list. I feel like New York style pizza is really good too, though. Like with some really good greasy slice of pizza with some cheese on there and some pepperoni. It's hard to really beat that first bite of good pizza.
Yeah, pizza's good. It's right. Good, well, really good. Yeah.
He's bullying me for my steak choices via text. He's bullying me.
You know what? You deserve to get it from all angles because your knowledge and your style of eating steak
my food knowledge is Gordon Ramsay comes to me for advice.
He would not come to you. You know what he does. You know how you go to the zoo and they pick it. They say, "Look at this is that animal." They look at Mr. Tom. He brings all his cooks over and go, "Look, that right there. That's what that guy cannot come into your restaurant."
Some barbecue is really good. If you get some really good done pork butt, that's good as well.
Pork butt.
When Gordon Ramsay serves a steak medium well, I always feel like shouting at the telly, "That steak is raw!"
Yeah, that's why you're not. No,
he's not serving a steak medium well. He's serving it medium at most. At most is medium.
Yeah. Burnt. I went to a place called Blue Smoke in Brooklyn, and they have burnt ends. If you get a really good burnt ends, Yeah,
they're pretty good.
So that's the thing. When I do the pork butt on the actual smoker itself, I usually get the good burnt ends done on that. But if I do it in a crock pot, not as much. But burnt ends are really good on pork butt for sure.
Yeah.
So should we move on from food? I mean, we've been going on about food for an hour, and
we'll do some of these.
I can't think of anything else, food related that's good, but
that's homophobic, Stefan.
See, Rosie, the Claxton is a new Ibiza was the comment.
Claxton's it's a decent little place. It's nice surroundings, nice. It's It's on the, you're on the coast. You've got a decent beach area, and that it's quite a nice area. And the actual town itself is not too bad, but the people there, it's, oh my God, the people there. It's like, I mean, it's like the purge. It's like, it's all this.
It's like the purge.
You'd be forgiven you'd be forgiven. Seriously, you'd be forgiven to think you're in, you're a zombie film when you're there, basically, because 90% of the people in Clacton are on drugs and unemployed. And yeah, it's terrible. It really is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks like a decent place, like because it's on the ocean. But as far as like you said, with
the actual, like I said, the actual surroundings are lovely, and the town itself is quite nice.
Live in a place like that.
But it's the people there, because what happened was they've moved so many of the. So many people moved out there because it was a lot cheaper, and all the unemployed people and all of that. It became like a haven for them because it was so much cheaper out there with everything. And unfortunately, they just took over. It was just
Yeah, because in the States, people kill to live on the coastline. Like it's stupid what people will.
Well, that area there, around there,
there's nowhere to work.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than London, basically. So there's loads of people moved out from London out to that area.
The only opportunity to make money there is in the summer, because obviously Clacton is like a seaside resort town.
Yeah, it's a very summer.
Basically, as soon as it hits October, there's no money for the 5 months, 4 or 5, 6 months.
There's loads of these trailer park areas, like holiday areas, basically like holiday camps, basically, for the summertime, and then you got this big pier with all the arcade and rides on and all of that. It's really big in the summertime. Loads of people, go there in the summertime. Like Tom says, as soon as you get to October, it's dead, and it's dead from October till like April, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quick. Got a score from League Two, but I'll update the scores. Chesterfield, Notts County finished 2-2. Wimbledon is actually up 4-0 on Carlisle right now. Barrow and Morecambe 0-0. Swindon at Cheltenham is up 3-0. Doncaster losing at home to Crewe 1-0. Gillingham, Accrington 1-1 draw. Harrogate and Newport. Harrogate's winning at home 1-0. MK Dons and Port Vale 0-0. Salford home to Grimsby is down 1-2. And Transmere for those who are part of the channel, is losing to Bradford right now.
Oh God, Transmere, they're always losing.
Yeah. I'm now heading for my second loss of the weekend in terms of my betting.
Crawley and Shrewsbury in a 1-1 draw. Crawley's down a man. Peterborough United against Rotherham. It's 3-3 draw right now. We've got about 30 minutes in all these games. So they all started on time.
Last night I picked Uruguay to beat Peru 3-0. I thought I've never thought I was.
So you're younger, you're older than Rosie. There you go.
I'm nearly 40.
Yeah. Anybody, Sam, got any scores for the visually impaired league this afternoon?
That would be, I'm looking at something that's pretty close to that, which is at the moment on my television here in Norway is the Norwegian Women's Premier League, which is pretty much close to the visually impaired league. It's terrible to watch. It's I think I've seen 10-year-olds play better football, to be honest. I don't mean to be mean, but that's just the way it is.
Is it been a women's visually impaired league or just a women's league?
What?
Let's move on. Let's move on. You just
Norwegian women's visually impaired league.
No. This is not. They're not visually impaired, but they look like they could be. It's that bad.
I understand.
All right. I don't know what this means, Mr. Tom.
The worst. What I don't get with women's football. I'm sorry. I know I sound really bad now, but I just want to say that what I don't really get about women's football is the whole goalkeeping situation, because I know there's a few goalkeepers who are half decent and that, but most goalkeepers, women's goalkeepers, they don't even dive for the ball. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like they just stand there and watch the ball go into the net, and they can't catch a cross. They come out and just flop around like a dead salmon. I just don't get how, they need to be better than this. They really do. Sorry, I'm really going hard at the women now, but I'm sorry. I don't mean any bad or anything like that, but it's just, I'm watching them. This is the Norwegian Premier League now, the best women in Norway, basically. And yeah, I think 10-year-olds could probably beat them.
All right, let's move on. What does this mean? Brownie's like, see, I turned Sam.
I mean, he just went on a dialogue about the Norwegian Women's Premier League, which I was even shocked we even got dialogue about anything Norwegian football related. So the fact that hit the bingo card, what would the odds be on that, Tom, if this was a betting market? Plus 90,000 or something?
It's very unique. I'll say that much.
What does this mean, Mr. Tom? Because I'm reading
but
it
but in Sam's defense, he's not talking about the Women's Super League in England. He's talking about Norwegian. So there's levels to this, you know?
The Norwegian women's team, the national team, used to be the best in the world. They were in the 90s. They were them and USA were basically the two top teams in the world, and it was between the USA and Norway winning all the major tournaments. But yeah, they're not so good now anymore. Now
I've got a travel question for you, Sam, if Gary allows it. Have you ever been to Romania?
No, I've never been to Romania. No.
You, Tom? You ever been there?
No, but I know someone who has. Director John from the Stoke has been to Romania, actually, to be fair. Spent a fair bit of time there.
Gary, have you been to Romania?
Gotcha. Been to Croatia.
I was watching some Dracula, Vlad the Impaler documentary, I think, a couple days ago, and that's why I was... Some of the coast, some of the views of Romania look pretty beautiful. So,
Romania has some really beautiful, like countryside, and they've got some lovely mountains and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Croatia right before COVID, and Croatia also nice beaches and all that kind of stuff. Really cool place. I mean, I think that's like some of the some of these different countries now are like where people go now, because you go to the regular ones and it's like crowded. Now you got to find the new places, the new countries that have the similar, beaches and whatnot. Croatia is one of those. I think that's populated. A lot of people go there. So, Mr. Tom, are you gonna?
Right. I found a picture of it and managed to upload. It's called pie mash, but the pie and the mash, the sauce over it is called liquor. As in the booze drink liquor.
Because I'm just reading that verbatim, and you know what that mean? That would mean something totally different over here.
That is what it is. It's not a sex act. It's a sauce based on parsley, I believe, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
It's kind of funny you put that picture up. There was a piece of hair on my computer screen. It looked like there was hair in the food. Funny, but
so all this time, so basically, you probably have hair on your steak, which probably
that is not true.
Flavor and the flavors.
I'll make this really clear. Anytime there's any cooking going on in this house, everybody's secured upstairs. Cats, dogs, gone. Ain't nobody coming downstairs.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Eating the cats. Eating the dogs.
Doesn't look rancid, Rosie. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're actually disparaging my local food, which is offensive.
Can I just quickly do the Norway segment for us?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the Norwegian football update segment sponsored by Russ Morgan. Basically, the latest news is Norway won against I don't know if it was Slovakia or Slovenia, one of those two. I always get those two mixed up. But they won on Thursday, and Erling Haaland, the Terminator goal machine, who's also an arrogant prick, he scored 2 goals. I believe it was 2 goals, or at least one. I can't remember now. I saw the highlights. But anyway, he now has the Norwegian scoring record for the Norwegian men's national team. He has now scored more than any other player. He's got 34 goals, I believe it is now. So it's not actually a high tally, which shows you a bit about how the Norwegian men's national team hasn't really been that great. And surprisingly, the person he beat to that record was not Solskjaer. I thought it was Solskjaer who was the top scorer, but it wasn't. He's far from it, actually. I think he was like 4th or 5th on the list, actually. There was players from years ago that were up on the top of the list. But anyway, Haaland now is top of the list, and he's probably gonna absolutely smash that list. By the time he retires, he's probably gonna have a tally of goals that's never gonna be caught again, probably. But yeah, anyway, Haaland now top scorer. And other bit of news is it was announced a while ago. The current Norwegian men's team manager, Ståle Solbakken, his name is. He announced that he was not going to continue past next year. So sometime during next year, they're going to have to find a new manager. And talking about Solskjaer, he is the favorite to take over. And he's actually come out and said in the Norwegian media that he is interested in taking over the men's national team if he gets offered the job.
Of course he's interested.
So yeah, he is, because of his status and everything and his experience, he is probably very much the top candidate to take over. Be sometime during next year. We'll probably do that then. So yeah, that's the Norwegian update for us, Morgan.
There you go, folks.
I've got a Norwegian pop quiz for you.
Oh no!
Here we go.
No, this is serious. What English club did current Norway head coach Starley Solbakken? I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Ståle Solbakken.
England did he play for?
Solbakken, he went to England for a little while, didn't he? I think he played for, was it Wimbledon?
Bingo. 6 league appearances, 1 goal. What season he had?
Because I think he wasn't there at the same time as our famous Norwegian manager from the 90s and early 2000s, Ståle Solbakken. Drillo Olsen, his name is Egil Olsen.
Yep.
Was that from his time? Yeah, because he basically, when he went to Wimbledon, he took 2 or 3 good Norwegian players with him, and he brought them to Wimbledon, and basically they failed, so he didn't last long.
All right.
Egil Olsen lasted. He got Wimbledon relegated essentially, but he lasted from 9th of June 99 to 1st of May 2000. Couldn't even see out. Couldn't even see out the season. Sorry, Russ Morgan has basically. It's like I'm off to a flame with this question because you wouldn't know this because you don't follow on my picks. But I got 12 out of 14 last week on the NFL spread.
Did you win any money?
Yeah, I made a profit.
Oh, that was decent then.
Well, I played the single games like separately.
Right.
Profit.
That's probably a better way to do it instead of doing an ACCA, because the problem with an ACCA is there's always one game that fucks you up, isn't there?
Yeah, but if you do like a 10-team ACCA with 12 teams, then you're going to win pretty big, right?
But you'd end up getting nothing because I got 2 of them wrong.
Well, no. I mean, like you can you do a round robin with the 12 teams is what I'm saying. The 12 games.
That's a lot. Combination 10 teams. Combination of each one is 1,023. So that cost you a lot of money to actually do that combination.
Is it?
And it'd be even more. Well, the round robin's a different bet, but that's
round robin is what I mean. Yeah, round robin. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm 1-0 for the week as well because I backed the San Francisco 49ers. Nothing to do with Leeds, just because I think Seattle suck. And because they were heavily fancied, Seattle at home, I believe they were, and I thought, no, they're not gonna win this because they're shit. And it turned out I was right by quite a bit. Anyway, can't remember what I actually did this weekend because I done them on Thursday. But I'll tell you who my picks are this week, of course.
Yeah, let's see how wrong you are. Just kidding.
Give me
the
10
Bears
seconds.
won. The Bears. Go Bears. Go Bears.
Give me 10 seconds. I'll go and get my picks.
Yeah, hit the likes, people.
Smash the likes. Smash the likes, everybody.
Yeah, this is a little
like,
history on the
subscribe,
collection.
share, and follow.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
Do not love Leeds, though.
Yeah. Don't bother with Leeds.
I heard that.
They're a bunch of slags.
That is true, but still. Okay, so bear with me.
So, what should we discuss now, gentlemen? Should we move on to Graham Souness, who this last week came out and basically slagged off Wenger, said he in his opinion, didn't really do a great job.
I like it when they say he's been lucky because he did all of these things. Like all of these things. That's like saying, you know what? He's been lucky. That's like Harlan is being lucky to score. How many goals did he score in his first season? Like 50, 60 goals or something like that. He's just lucky because that's basically what you're saying. It's not that he puts himself in the right position and he's clinical with the ball at his feet, but he's just lucky. Like
Graham
tearing me apart,
what
Russ
a
Morgan.
slag! What a slag he is, that Graham Souness.
Yeah.
So where should we start? Okay, we could compare and contrast. So Wenger was basically the guy who found George Weah, brought him to Europe, and developed Weah before he became a very big, famous player. Graham Souness is the guy who thought he was getting George Weah's like brother or something, and based on like a tip from someone who wasn't even a genuine person who said who wasn't really who they said they were. And he bought this player or brought this player, trialed this player based on a tip, and ended up being someone who couldn't even play football. He basically came on. He came on for about 10 minutes, I think it was. He played for about 10 minutes and then took him off again because he saw he actually couldn't play football. But that's the level of manager Graham Souness was. He brought a player he didn't even look at, just off a tip of someone who wasn't genuine. That's how good Graham Souness is. And that whole lucky stuff is just complete and utter rubbish. Yes, he did start off with Arsenal's great back five. But then he went on to the Invincibles, which was Loren, Sol Campbell, Touré, Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole came through the youth system. But the three other guys, and with Jens Lehmann, I mean, they were all Wenger, players that he brought in. And so he put together the Invincibles team. So, it's that whole lucky and he inherited this, inherited that, absolute bollocks. And Graham Souness is a guy who can't get a job in football, can he, basically, because he's absolutely shite. So, so that's Graham Souness.
Yeah. He tried to make an excuse about Wenger going after the French market when it was really good. Like you should go after the French market when it's poor. You know what I mean? Like that would be the only way it makes any sense what he said. So you went after the French market of players when they were really good. Yes, that's actually what you should do. You should go after the best French players you can get when they're good.
That was what he knew. I mean, he, from all his time in French football, and time he managed at Monaco and that, obviously his expertise was from French football, and he knew all the youth systems, and he knew all the young and upcoming players. Vieira, no one knew who Vieira was. He was in the AC Milan system. He bought Vieira. That was his first proper purchase that he bought, and Vieira became a club legend. He's one of the best midfielders ever to play the game, basically. So, I mean, it's Graham Souness. What has he done? What has he done? He planted a flag for Galatasaray in the middle of the field, pissing everyone off in one of those rival games. How long did he last at any club? It wasn't very long, was it? I mean, Graham Souness. My God, what a clown.
Well, Rosie likes him, so you know what that means.
Yes, of course, the Scottish.
I wonder if she likes him because of where he's born.
It's got nothing to do with him being Scottish.
You know who else likes or dislikes people because of where they're born? Racists.
It's you see those kind of comments and you're like, it's not even worth my time because it's nonsense.
It's worth my time. I'll give lots of time to nonsense.
He's a Rangers legend. There you go.
Wow.
And now Brownie's going to put in his sense. Like this actually makes it worse for some reason. This makes it worse.
Didn't even spell it right, to be fair, though.
Well, he didn't spell it right, but we know how to translate. He said, but
let's
put some context into this. It was at the time when it stopped being the 3 foreigners rule. Like, so he didn't break any rules.
Well, it's the same for everyone, right? It's the same for everyone. So, yeah. It wasn't like Wenger, got some kind of preferential treatment or whatever. It was the same for everyone. So,
yeah. So he took it. He didn't even take advantage. He didn't take an advantage of some rules. He actually just followed the rules, and he took the best players in the world.
It's genuinely true. Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever Leeds played Coventry, I it was Saturday. That was the first time Leeds United had ever fielded 11 players that were all from 11 different countries. All different nationalities, and I thought my dad would roll over in his grave if he happened to be dead.
It's well, that's what football's like today, isn't it? That's been like that for a long time, hasn't it?
He doesn't care really.
Yeah. Well, I think a sport that when it was a sport, and you should go out and get the best players in the world if you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't make
it's a
any sense,
competition, isn't it? That's what it is.
Doesn't make any sense not to go out and get the best players you can. So who cares where they're from?
I don't know what team he's talking about there.
Yeah. So you know what? We've hit the 90-minute mark. So we are going to start not taxiing, but we're starting to go into a descend. We're going to be landing this plane, and we're going to be landing this car because we've been in the air because Mr. Tom took us off a bridge.
Yeah. I've never done.
Bring us back on the road.
We need to get these wheels back on the road. Oh my. But yeah, all right, people, we're gonna head out of here. I'm gonna let everybody have their say, and we're gonna say bye-bye. We'll start at the bottom. Starting at the bottom, now we're here, and according to this lineup.
Well, happy Saturday, everybody. If you are a college football fan in America, there is a buttload of great games today. The highlight of the day is Oregon and Ohio State, and then, of course, Texas and Oklahoma at 3:30. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Next weekend we have our first game in a long time. I think it'll be – I can't remember who we're playing next Saturday. Bournemouth, I believe.
Bournemouth.
So,
yeah, Bournemouth, isn't it? Yeah.
But, yeah, everybody take care of yourself. It's good seeing you, Tom. Good seeing you, Sam. Good seeing you, Gary, as always. And I will be working next weekend, so I will not be here on the trip, unfortunately. But I will be here in spirit and in the comment section. So stay blessed and stay classy.
Cool. All right, we will see you on the next one, probably on the trip. And Sam, what say you?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for taking part and joining us. Love to see everyone take part in the chat. It's a good part of the show, having you guys, have a little chat with us about everything that's going on. Thanks for having me on, as always. Always good fun to be with you guys. Great to see you, as always. Not really much in terms of football happening today or this weekend, apart from the international stuff, which is really boring. Move on to next weekend. We play Bournemouth, and then we have a run of games. It's going to be pretty tough. Got some pretty tough games coming up. So, see how that's going to go. Hope everyone has a great Saturday, great rest of your weekend. And we'll be seeing you next Saturday. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, we'll see you. And Russ this comment comes up every show. For some reason, I'm not sure why. But he's like on speed dial. This comment just comes up every show. I don't know what this means.
The Cherries. That's the Bournemouth.
Okay. All right. It's Mr. Tom. Tell the people where to go.
Oh yeah. Or tell people where to go. Are you sure? Sure you want me to? Okay. All right. Well, sorry, this is endorsed by Gary. Obviously, go and fuck yourselves. I don't know what you expect me to say. That's your fault, Gary. He's just saying, I can't believe you did that, Mr. Tom. What are you doing? But no, seriously, my weekend has been ruined with the discovery that Bradford are now 2-0 up at Transmere.
No.
Proving that Transmere are losers, because of course they are. Oh, Cheltenham have actually come back to 2-3 against Swindon Town, but I'd already declared it would be a 2-2 draw, so that's ruined it as well. And
all right.
See, it's the Leeds United nut.
There you go. The Leeds United
weekend, everyone.
Nut. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's the Leeds United nut.
Got it. Wow.
That's from the 70s. My daddy gave me this.
All right. Cool. All right. That's the Leeds United nut. And as you can see, I'm getting darker because it's starting to get brighter here. The sun's coming out. So my lighting's all screwed up. But anyway, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. We might have a surprise host. It's a parents' weekend, so I will be traveling for that. So more than likely, it will be.
So
yeah.
So
no, don't even. No, that's not what I said at all. Before you even think it, no,
It's a surprise.
That's not.
Host.
No, that is not what is being said.
I'm very good.
Don't
at
even think about it.
Lot.
I can hear the thought already. No, that's not what that means.
Okay. Okay.
So
what you're saying is
no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that at
right.
all. You before you even think it. No, it'll be a nice, clean show next week. Hopefully, Jonas in. Oh, I don't know about that. Jonas in. But yes, everybody, we will. Oh man, there's a lot of There's a lot of comments here. I think. Yeah. A lot of comments here. Everybody, have a good weekend. We will see you guys on the next one next week. I don't know. Like I said, Mr. Tom will be running the show with whoever Sam decides to bring. Hopefully, he's a nice guy. And it sounds like Steph. What is it? What's your name again? Spencer.
I'll try to be a nice
out
guy.
as well. Mr.
Only
Ryan
been here
joins us right when we head up. Yeah, I know. I just forget names.
It's okay.
Jonas new contract. Yeah. You hate us. But we will be back next week. I'll see you guys on Monday probably for the trip. We'll talk about whatever. We'll go from there.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Brownie.
Oh my God! I didn't know I put that up there. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
Gary will put anything on the teleprompter.
You know what it was. I was
Ron Burgundy.
I was clicking away, and oh man. All right. Anyways, yes, Brownie, stay away from my channel. All right. That's what I'm gonna say. Please.
I want to know more about what he means by it.
No, nobody wants to know what that means.
No, I need some elaboration.
No, we're out of here. Everybody, we'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy. And like I said, hopefully the next time I'm around, we actually have a channel, but we shall see how this weekend goes coming up. And we're out. And everybody, enjoy.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.